What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me while I'm out here getting my 10,000 steps in. And it is a glorious day here in the Motor City. Let me adjust this gimbal a little bit so I'm in y'all face. All right, let's get to the topic at hand, man. Jess Hilarious of The Breakfast Club. Now, you guys know I do not mess with The Breakfast Club, man, for a few reasons. I have no love for them boys. They don't know who I am, so they don't care. Even if they did know who I was, they still wouldn't care. One thing I can say about them, for better or for worse, they gonna do whatever it is that they do, even if what they doing is stupid. We had Envy with the scamming situation. You know, his boy was scamming his audience. He the one that put his boy on his audience. That's the part that get me. He put his boy on his audience. One thing I can say, man, and I can say this from the bottom of my heart, I will never, ever, ever scam my audience. Really. I'm not interested in trying to scam my audience, man. I want to bring y'all value, and that be the reason why y'all mess with me. I will never, ever scam my audience, and I will never serve my audience up to somebody else to scam them. That was just deplorable. But his boy was a whole scammer with the whole real estate thing, and he sat up pretending like he had no idea what in the world was going on. But be that as it may, Envy not the one who we targeting today. It's Jess Hilarious. She was on there. Now, mind y'all, Jess she don't even come into the studio anymore. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. She don't really be in the studio anymore. They giving her the easy mode job. It's like, what, a few days a week or something like that? They have her on to do the whole Just With The Mess segment. At least that's supposed to be what it's called still. They have her on there, and she can't even do that right, man. She proven exactly why they brought the other girl on in the first place. Larosa, I think her name is. She is just reaffirming why they brought her on in the first place. She is terrible at this job. She was on that boy high. Period. She was on that boy high. Envy, as much as I don't really care for Envy because of the whole scamming situation, he called it out. Charlemagne, like, oh, you always put everybody's business out there. Bro, stop it. Let me switch this around here. And this boy be getting out of control sometimes. You be having... The thing about this is that when I kick it with y'all using this gimbal, you have to actively control it sometimes because it gets a little out of whack here and there, but we got it together. Anyway, Jess came on there. She was high as a kite. I don't know what she was under the influence of. I'm not gonna speculate. I'll let y'all speculate. Go look for the clip. I don't know if the Breakfast Club themselves shared it, because that would be kind of messy, but they not above doing things messy. So she's on there, she can't even read, bro. When she's sober, she was having trouble reading the stories. That's why they brought the other chick on there and kept her on there. Now, okay, I'll restate that. They brought the other girl on there because once she got her permanent chair, if you will, she took maternity leave. She got knocked up and took maternity leave. Okay, whatever. They brought the other girl on there. The other girl was supposed to be a fill-in, but we quickly discovered she was far better at doing Jess segment than Jess ever was. So they really ain't want to get rid of her. And the fans really liked her. They were seemingly having a difficult time replacing, what's her name, Angela Yee. And now, unintentionally, they kind of did. Jess wasn't it. It was Lauren Larosa. So they in a bit of a pickle because they didn't gave Jess this contract, right? They didn't gave Jess this contract, but now they got this other gal on here, man, that's just flat out better. So they in a bit of a situation here. Now they got 4 mics. A show that's always had 3 mics, they now got 4 mics. Jess was messy as hell. She decided, which, bro, this was, talk about burning bridges for no reason. She did that messy ass IG live where she was putting them on blast, talking about how they weren't defending her and stuff. Nobody was going to be defending you because your energy was weird as hell. You came back with this hostility towards the new chick, and let's just, you know, call it for what it is. You saw all the comments and stuff. You saw that people was feeling her a lot more than they was feeling you. And during that time period while you was out, Envy and Charlotte wasn't really defending you because there was nothing to defend. Girl was better than you and everybody could see it. So you skip forward to now. They have given this woman like an easy gig. A few times a week, you read your segment, you ain't even got to come in. I mean, this is one of the easiest gigs ever, and she going above and beyond to blow this thing up by jumping on air high. Not only is this extremely unprofessional, but it just, once again, reinforces the negative stereotypes of black women that black women hate. Now, in sisters' defense, yes, that's right, I'm about to defend y'all, sisters. In sisters' defense, when I was looking in the comments of this, sisters was holding her accountable. It's important to note this because sisters don't hold each other accountable very often. I mean, there's been many situations when I've seen some BS and I was calling it out and black women were attacking me for it. And I'm like, why are y'all mad at me? Y'all hold me more accountable for what she did than her for what she did. So that wasn't the case here. So we're going to make sure that we go ahead and give sisters credit where credit is due. Sisters was not rocking with this. I mean, there was a few that was like laughing about it or whatever. But laughing about it isn't defending it. Sisters, for the most part, was not feeling how this is an opportunity that she's been given. And they're bending over backwards to still work with you, even though they don't have to. They could, basically at this point, they could just go ahead and give her a buyout and send her on her way because she's not doing them any favors. But maybe they'd rather just go ahead and see if they can get some work out of her rather than none. But that buyout option is starting to look really enticing if you them. Like, really. If you were to ask Charlotte and Envy today, all right, if the execs were to go to them and ask them today, what do y'all want to do? Are y'all ready to cut ties with her and just move on with Lauren? I guarantee you they'd be all for it. They would not defend her. Because remember, she threw them under the bus. Here they wasn't defending her against the people that was saying what they were saying, but they weren't exactly encouraging it either. They just was kind of like, we don't really engage in the comments like that. She expecting them to jump into the comment section to defend her name against shit the fans is saying that's true. Just absolutely ridiculous. So I don't know, man. This is just a really weird thing to me. You got a woman given a very good opportunity that she could have leveraged into other things and is going above and beyond to be as messy as humanly possible with it. But be so quick to talk about everybody else. You sitting up here talking about Unc Shay. I mean, for one, you was on his show, but then look how messy you are in your life. The irony of a woman who took a picture where she wearing nothing but white cement Jordan 4s, holding her little boy. The nerve of a woman that's foul enough to do some shit like that, having anything to say about how anybody else is moving. Remember, she was saying stuff about Shaq and all that. But I'm gonna leave that alone, man, because this would end up being a 20-minute video if I really go in depth of how she should get somewhere and sit down. I'm gonna leave it there though. Hit me with a like if you like what I do. Hit me with a sub if you like what I do. And hit them comments. I'll holler at y'all soon. Peace.